Hello students, today we are dealing with class 11th biology chapter number 3 plant kingdom part 1 systems of classification in plants. So plants have been classified according to different categories. The first is artificial system. It was given by Carolus Linnaeus and it is the earliest system of classification. Now this system used only superficial morphological characters, means only external characters like habit, color, number and shape of leaves. It is mainly based on vegetative characters or the characters of leaf, stem and roots. It is also based on androecium structure for like number of stamens, how they are grouped, etc. Next was the natural system of classification. It was given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. It is also called Bentham and Hooker classification. In this, they considered external as well as internal features like ultrastructure. Ultra means internal structure viewed from microscopes. Anatomy, it is the internal structure. Embryology means structure and development of embryo, and phytochemistry means the chemicals present in a cell. The latest is phylogenetic system. It is the present system and based on evolutionary relation between various organisms in the group. It is based on principle that organisms belonging to same taxa have a common ancestor. So those organisms which are in the same taxa or in a same category, like in the same order, like in the same family, they have a common ancestor. Numerical taxonomy. It is another branch. It uses computers and it is based on all the observable characters, the characters which can be seen easily. Numbers and codes are given to all characters. So each character is given a code. For example, if there are stamens, if there are, suppose we can say, unequal stamens of different lengths, we can assign some code like 7. If all the stamens are equal, we can assign some code like 8, and we can feed the data in computer and it can be processed. So codes are assigned and hundreds of characters can be compared at the same time. Cytotaxonomy. It is based on cytological information like parts inside a cell, chromosome number, structure and their behavior, how the chromosomes divide, how they separate. Chemotaxonomy. It uses chemical constituents of plant. So what are the chemicals found in plant? Like DNA, which type of DNA is found, proteins and amino acids. So plants are grouped according to these different types. Now the first category of plant is algae. Mostly aquatic, so algae are mostly found in water. It may be marine or fresh water. Some are found on moist stones, soil or moist wood. Some live with fungi symbiotically. So some live with fungi and both help each other. It is called lichen. Some live on the body of animals. So even some algae grow on the body of animals like sloth bear. They have chlorophyll. The body is simple and thalloid structure. So thalloid structure is an undifferentiated body in which leaf, stem and roots, they cannot be properly identified. But the function is performed by tissues. Size is variable. So they may be microscopic and unicellular like Chlamydomonas. They may be colonial. Colonial means a group as in Volvox. They may be filamentous, means they form a thread like Eulothrix and Spirogyra. Some marine forms which are kelps, actually kelps are brown algae. They form massive bodies inside water. Reproduction is of three types: vegetative, asexual and sexual. In vegetative reproduction, fragmentation takes place. So the parent body divides and produces fragments which on maturation form thallus. Here we can see a sloth bear. On the body, green algae grow. Because you might be knowing that it is a very slow animal. It moves very slowly. And then we can see brown algae or kelps. They form large colonies inside water. Asexual reproduction is by different spores which are called zygospores. They are motile and flagellated. On germination, they form new plants. Sexual reproduction is the fusion of gametes is involved. Now in this, gametes may be of three types. Isogamous means gametes are flagellated, they have flagella and similar in size. So both the gametes are same in size and they have flagella. Example is Chlamydomonas. They may be non-flagellated but similar in size, means they are non-motile. Example is Spirogyra. Anisogamous, the gametes are dissimilar in size, so they are of different shapes and size. Example is Chlamydomonas species, some Chlamydomonas. Oogamous, in this, fusion between one large non-motile female gamete and small motile male gamete takes place. So the female gamete is non-motile and large. That's why it is called oogamous, because ovum or egg. Example is Volvox and Fucus. Economic importance of algae. So what is the importance of algae? Half of total carbon dioxide fixation on earth is carried by algae through photosynthesis. Half of the carbon dioxide fixation means carbon dioxide changes into carbohydrates. It is carried out by algae. They increase the level of dissolved oxygen in their immediate environment. So wherever algae is found, they increase the level of dissolved oxygen in water. Next, they are primary producers in aquatic food chain. So in aquatic food chain, they are primary producers. We know that in a food chain, there are producer, consumer and decomposer. So these are producers, means they provide food to all the aquatic organisms. They are used as food by human beings. About 30 species of marine algae are used as food. The main are Porphyra, Laminaria and Sargassum. Algae also provide hydrocolloids. Hydrocolloids are water holding substances. So these substances can hold water for a long time. They are used for different purposes. They are produced by marine red algae and brown algae. Now the red algae gives a hydrocolloid, the name is carrageen, and the brown algae gives a hydrocolloid, the name is algin. Agar, it is also a chemical. It is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria, two algae, and it is used to grow microbes as a nutrient to microbes. So if we want to grow bacteria in the lab in a petri dish, we must provide agar solution in dissolved form, and they grow very fast because it has many nutrients. Agar is also used to prepare ice creams and jellies. Food supplements, so additional food for providing energy. Chlorella and spirulina both are unicellular and they are rich in proteins. They are used by space travelers as food supplement. So the people, the astronauts who go into space, they need additional energy and they use chlorella and spirulina as food supplements. So algae have many importance. In this figure we can see there are three classes of algae. The first is green algae. The A figures, the B figures are brown algae and the C are red algae.